All right, Rangers fans, gather round because the latest transfer buzz is absolutely buzzing, and it's bound to bring a big grin to your faces as you head through your day. The news coming out of Ibrox is that Rangers have reached an agreement for the loan signing of Andrea Olsen, and he is due to touch down in Scotland today to finalise the move. There's a real sense of excitement around this one, not just because of the signing itself, but because of the clever terms that come with it. Fans have been waiting for a winger of real quality to bolster the squad, and it seems that Danny Roll's vision for the team is starting to take shape in a very positive way. The Danish source breaking this story has confirmed that everything is set for Olsen to undergo his medical and put pen to paper on a loan deal, and crucially, there is an option to make the transfer permanent this coming summer. That option is what really gets supporters talking, because it opens the door for a potentially long-term addition who can make a real impact in the side. Rangers have seen a lot of success with similar deals over the last few years, particularly in that wide attacking role. If we think back to Václav Černý, Zima, and Malik Tillman, these were all players who came in on loan and impressed, showing that smart acquisitions in the right positions can really pay off for the club. For Černý and Zima, the moves could not be made permanent at the time due to financial constraints under the previous regime, even though the players themselves were keen to stay. That has changed under the current management, where funds are more available and the club is clearly willing to invest in quality where it counts. With Olsen, the potential for a permanent deal means that Rangers are approaching this strategically, allowing them to assess his performance before committing fully, which is exactly the kind of prudence and foresight that can set the club apart from rivals in the market. The discussions surrounding the purchase option for Olsen are ongoing, and while the precise figures haven't been publicly disclosed, sources indicate it could be significantly less than £12 million, though probably not a bargain by any means. It's likely that the eventual sum, if exercised, would represent a record or near-record outlay for Rangers. But considering Olsen's quality and his previous performances at Club Rouge, it could prove to be a very worthwhile investment. His ability to influence games, his pace down the flank, and his eye for goal are attributes that could transform the way Rangers attack, giving Roll the tools to unlock defenses that have caused problems for the team in recent months. Supporters across the city are already speculating wildly, with a few fans of other clubs seemingly in a bit of a panic over the possibility of Rangers landing such a promising player. The anticipation surrounding this move is exactly the kind of transfer news that can inject fresh energy into the squad and the fan base alike. Olsen's arrival is timed perfectly as well. The medical is scheduled for today, which means that, assuming all goes smoothly, he could be available to feature very soon. This is particularly significant because Rangers are in the midst of a crucial period in the season where squad depth and quality can make a real difference in both domestic and European competitions. A player like Olsen, who brings creativity, speed, and versatility, could slot in seamlessly and provide Roll with tactical options that were previously lacking. Beyond the immediate impact, the psychological boost of bringing in a player of his caliber cannot be underestimated. It signals to the rest of the squad, as well as to the supporters, that Rangers are serious about strengthening the side and competing at the highest level in every match they play. While attention is rightly on Olsen, there's also significant movement in midfield circles. Rangers have reportedly intensified their pursuit of Dan Neil from Sunderland, a player who has struggled for game time in the Premier League following Sunderland's promotion. Neil was central to Sunderland's success in the Championship, providing energy, composure, and leadership in the heart of the midfield, and he is now being eyed as a key reinforcement to bring balance to Danny Roll's squad. His situation at Sunderland, limited to just 13 minutes of top-flight football this season, makes a move away not just plausible, but increasingly likely. Rangers have made their intentions clear, making inquiries and signalling that they are ready to act decisively to bring Neil to Ibrox. This kind of proactive approach is exactly what is required to strengthen the team during such a pivotal stage of the season. Neil's skill set fits the profile of the kind of player Rangers are looking for. Comfortable on the ball, tactically intelligent, and battle-hardened from his championship exploits, he would bring a much-needed stabilizing presence to the midfield. His arrival would allow Nicholas Rossin more freedom to operate further up the pitch, which could unlock new attacking possibilities and provide the team with greater control over matches. Rangers supporters have been vocal about the need for someone consistent in that role, especially given the mixed form of Mohamed Diamond in recent weeks. Neil represents a clear solution to that problem, someone who can impose himself on games, dictate the tempo, and provide leadership from the center of the park. Time is a factor, however, with Neil's contract set to expire in the summer and other European clubs expressing interest. Rangers will need to move swiftly if they are to secure his signature and avoid losing out to competing suitors. The urgency is compounded by pre-contract offers from Bundesliga sides and other interested clubs across Europe. Neil's talent and pedigree have not gone unnoticed, and there is a real risk that Rangers could miss out if they hesitate. That said, the club appears committed to acting decisively. They have a clear plan to address key areas in the squad and bring in players capable of immediately impacting performances on the pitch. By combining the offensive threat of Olsen with the midfield solidity of Neil, Rangers could well be looking at a team that is stronger, more balanced, and ready to challenge on multiple fronts. The level of activity in the transfer market so far shows a club operating with ambition and strategy, eager to capitalize on opportunities and ensure that Danny Röhl has the resources to succeed. In short, the combination of Olsen arriving on loan with an option to buy and the potential signing of Neil represents a very positive signal for Rangers fans. There's a real sense of momentum building, and the club is clearly focused on strengthening the squad in areas that will have the most immediate and lasting impact. As the medical and negotiations progress, supporters are keeping a close eye on developments, eager to see these moves completed and to witness how the new arrivals might change the dynamic on the pitch. The atmosphere around Ibrox is electric, and for anyone following Rangers, it is an exciting time to be a fan. Every detail of these deals reflects careful planning and ambition. And if the signings go through as expected, we could be looking at a very exciting second half of the season for the Light Blues. As the transfer window continues to unfold, Rangers fans can take real heart from the level of activity happening behind the scenes. The club is not merely reacting to circumstances. There's a clear strategy at play, aimed at reinforcing key areas across the squad while keeping an eye on long-term development. With Andrea Olsen arriving and the pursuit of Dan Neil heating up, it's evident that Danny Röhl and the recruitment team are focused on creating balance, versatility, and depth. The timing of these moves is critical. Coming into the second half of the season, every match counts, and having fresh legs and quality reinforcements can make the difference between merely holding ground and pushing for titles. Fans at Ibrox have been longing for tangible signs of ambition, and these transfer developments deliver precisely that, sparking optimism for what lies ahead in both domestic and European competitions. One aspect that makes Olsen's signing particularly exciting is the way it reflects the club's approach to player development and integration. Rangers have a strong track record of bringing in young talents on loan, assessing them within the squad, and then making permanent acquisitions when the fit is right. The presence of an option to buy ensures that the club retains flexibility while also signaling confidence in Olsen's abilities. It allows the player to acclimate to the Scottish Premiership, understand the team dynamics, and prove his worth without immediate long-term financial pressure. That kind of calculated risk is exactly what has set Rangers apart in recent years, allowing the club to secure talented individuals who may have been overlooked by others. Olsen, with his pace, creativity, and versatility, fits the mold of a player who could thrive under the guidance of Röhl and contribute decisively to the team's ambitions this season. Turning to the midfield situation, the pursuit of Dan Neil underscores the club's awareness of the tactical demands required to compete at the top level. Rangers need a stabilizing presence, someone capable of controlling the tempo, breaking up opposition attacks, and providing leadership in central areas. Neil's background in the Championship with Sunderland demonstrates exactly that: energy, vision, and resilience. While his opportunities in the Premier League have been limited, it is clear that his qualities are perfectly suited to the demands of Röhl's system. The urgency to bring him in is heightened by his contractual situation and growing interest from clubs across Europe. If Rangers are to secure his services, they must act decisively and present an offer compelling enough to convince him that Ibrox is the ideal stage for the next phase of his career. Time is of the essence, and the club appears determined not to allow competing suitors to intervene. Beyond these headline moves, the transfer window activity at Rangers suggests a broader approach to squad management. The club has already been proactive in other negotiations, exploring options to strengthen both attacking and defensive positions. The willingness to act quickly, negotiate wisely, and integrate talent into the first team reflects a level of ambition that has been highly anticipated by supporters. It's not just about signing big names or generating headlines. It's about constructing a squad capable of competing consistently across all fronts. The management's understanding of the team's tactical requirements, combined with a strategic approach to recruitment, indicates that Rangers are building not just for the current campaign, but with an eye towards sustainable success over the coming seasons. The impact of these moves is also psychological. For the squad, bringing in a player like Olsen can spark competition for places, pushing existing members to elevate their performance levels. Competition within the squad often drives players to greater consistency and intensity, which can translate directly into better results on the pitch. Similarly, securing a midfielder of Neil's caliber would offer role options in terms of rotation and tactical flexibility, allowing the team to adapt to different challenges without losing cohesion. From the perspective of supporters, seeing their club act decisively in the market reinforces a sense of momentum and belief. It's the kind of energy that can carry the team through challenging periods and ignite the stadium atmosphere, reminding everyone why Rangers remain one of the most competitive sides in Scottish football. The financial dimension of these deals is also noteworthy. Rangers have historically been careful with expenditures, balancing ambition with prudence. The loan-to-buy structure with Olsen demonstrates that same financial acumen, ensuring that the club does not overcommit while still securing access to top-level talent. Meanwhile, the negotiations for Neil, while potentially more straightforward, still reflect an understanding of market value, player potential, and strategic fit. Combining fiscal responsibility with competitive ambition is crucial for a club like Rangers, aiming to maintain domestic dominance while also making a mark in European competitions. It's a delicate balance, but the moves currently being made suggest a thoughtful, measured approach rather than rash spending, which should reassure both fans and stakeholders alike. Another angle to consider is the reaction of rival clubs. As news of these negotiations spreads, there is often a ripple effect across the league. Supporters of competing teams are quick to express concern or anxiety, and those reactions can be telling. In the case of Olsen, there have already been murmurs among other Scottish clubs, with some fans worried about Rangers strengthening further, while others speculate on the implications for domestic rivalries. Similarly, securing Neil would not only bolster Rangers' midfield, but also deny a talented player to rivals, an indirect strategic advantage that often goes underappreciated. Every signing in this window carries tactical, psychological, and competitive weight, and the way Rangers are approaching these moves demonstrates awareness of all three dimensions. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Whispers are growing louder on the streets of Glasgow, and they carry the unmistakable scent of betrayal. A city built on football rivalry is once again on edge as rumours swirl that Rangers are quietly positioning themselves to lure away one of Celtic's most exciting young prospects. Nothing is confirmed. No official approach has been acknowledged. But the mere suggestion has been enough to ignite fierce debate among supporters on both sides of the divide. According to sources close to the situation, Rangers' recruitment department has been monitoring the player's contractual situation with increasing interest. The youngster, widely regarded as a symbol of Celtic's future, has impressed behind the scenes with maturity beyond his years, drawing admiration even from across the rivalry line. The speculation suggests that Rangers see not only sporting potential, but also a psychological statement, striking directly at the heart of their greatest rivals. Within Celtic circles, the rumor has triggered unease. There is confidence in the club's long-term project, yet there is also an awareness that modern football is ruthless. And loyalty is often tested when opportunity knocks. Some insiders believe Celtic are accelerating internal talks to reinforce their commitment to the player, keen to avoid even the perception of vulnerability. Others fear that hesitation could open a door that should never be left ajar. For Rangers, the alleged interest is being framed as ambition rather than provocation. The narrative emerging from Ibrox's friendly voices is that talent should not be bound by colours or tradition. Still, few doubt the explosive symbolism such a move would carry. Transfers between the two sides are rare, loaded with history, and capable of redefining reputations overnight. As the rumor spreads, Glasgow finds itself holding its breath. In a city where football loyalties run deep, even the hint of a crossing can feel like a spark near dry grass. Whether this is a calculated leak, a negotiating tactic, or pure speculation remains unclear. What is certain is that the story has already achieved one thing. It has reminded everyone that in Glasgow, football is never just football. And the line between ambition and betrayal is dangerously thin. Greetings, fans! Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned!